Welcome aboard the new SUV from Honda. Well, it's the ZR-V. Don't confuse it with the CR-V. Now, this is a ZR-V or the ZR-V. Now, think Gen Z. The ZR-V is 4.57 meters long, which is 24 centimeters longer than the HR-V. Now, 24 centimeters is almost more than three quarters of a foot. It's more than 2.65 meters long in wheelbase, which means plenty of room right here. Now, the ZR-V is bigger than the HR-V and cooler than all the Honda SUVs. The style begins with a vertical grille, wide set headlamps, the aerodynamic edges of the tail lamps, 18-inch alloy wheels and dual exhaust for a sportier look, and that's only in the EX model. The premium continues interiors as well, of course. I'm talking about the top trim now, the maroon leather seats and the orange glowing stitching. Really classy. Look at that. These seats don't just look good, but they're designed to feel good with internal support structures. Other interesting design elements include the metal honeycomb mesh styling of the AC vents running from door to door, which was introduced in the Honda Civic earlier this year. It is a dual zone air conditioning system inside, but with a rear AC vent. And for the first time, a plasma cluster ion technology to clean up the air in the cabin. Lots of cleverly designed storage spaces and a 380-liter boot space. Probably the only thing missing in an otherwise rich cabin is a sunroof. And now for the technology in this cabin. There is plenty, starting with this 9-inch display, the multimedia screen which has 3 pages of information, different features. Now, this was something that was missing in the entry-level vehicles of Honda. So that's there. And you have a 12.3-inch driver info display right here, and wireless charger, wire-free connection of the Apple CarPlay, and wired connection of the Android Auto. There is a music system, and it's a Bose, and in the LX it's 8 speakers, and the EX it's 12 speakers. Pretty much all well, but just on one frequency of a radio station, it was finding it hard to focus on. Practical support from the electronics continues with the automatic tailgate with walk-away locking function. You are 1.5 meters away from the car locks itself, including the boot. Honda seems to know how to make the Gen Z happy. They've started with a 1.5-liter turbo engine, which is good for 180 horsepower, going up to 6,000 RPMs engine speed, and a 240 Newton-meter torque, which is ample and available from 1,700 to 4,500 RPMs. The engine is mated to a CVT, an automatic CVT as Honda calls it, and I don't think this is the kind that will irk the CVT haters because as Honda says, it is designed to elicit a more natural response, and especially during cornering and braking, the downshift happens much earlier, so there is a more fun feel to it. And if you really want more fun, we've even given paddle shifters, metal paddle shifters. The ZR-V 2 doesn't come in all-wheel drive format, so this is a front-wheel drive. Basically, it is a good city car which is ready for a weekend jaunt. Now, it's a front-wheel drive, but hill descent control is definitely of help. So the feature lets you drive automatically. The car would control the speed between 3 kilometers and 20 kilometers when you're going downhill. So even when I'm going over these bumps, the car is quite comfortable. It's got multi-link rear suspensions, which allows independent management of the various wheels. The ZR-V is designed for excellent visibility. I'm not just talking about the rear view mirror, but also the side view mirror and the distance it leaves between itself and the A-pillar. Look at that, there is a gap here. And also, the clever design of the A-pillar makes it look quite slender, again increasing the visibility. Good job. Well, the downside to such an excellent wide glass house is that, of course, I mean, while the AC is quite efficient, it might take a little longer to, cool itself on a very hot summer day. Giving it a light tint could save some energy. It's an urban crossover and fuel economy is important. On my drives, I got 12.5 kilometers per liter and at times 13.5. That's when we start talking safety that the ZRV starts looking like a Gen Z, truly Gen Z car, because it's really left out nothing. Starting with the airbags, 8 airbags, including the front airbags, the side curtain, and also the front knee airbags. When it comes to camera, you have a rear view, multi-view rear view camera, and this one, the top trim, has a 360 degree multi-view camera, so it automatically switches to the front in the reversing process if you're too close to a wall. Good job. It has a seatbelt reminder system as in premium cars that shows you how many of your occupants are wearing seatbelts. It has an active cornering light, so along with your steering, the lights turn as well. It also has auto high beam assist. I was wondering why is it staying on high beam, but then that's for better visibility, and when the road conditions demand so, it switches to low beam. And then there is the inherent structural safety. Now what Honda calls ACE, Advanced Compatibility Engineering, which is all about reinforcing the whole structure around and distributing the crash energy around the cabin. Impressed with the features? Now let's take a look at the price. There are 2 versions, EX and LX. Now the EX is for 119,900 dirhams and the LX, this version, is for 129,900 dirhams. So which one would you go for? Now if you ask me, the EX, because that 10,000 dirhams difference is well justified. Look at this. Now this comes with a 360 degree camera versus a rear view camera, multi-view, power tailgate, adaptive driving beam headlamps, active cornering lights, reverse adjust door mirrors, ionic air purification that was introduced this time, seat memory, fabric versus leather seats, and 8 speakers versus 12 speakers of the Bose system. Now isn't that justified? So happy test driving.